And I had sex with rather had with a woman than they did with a man. Like I've been told that, like, and because they feel like with men is more like when they self off, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of men don't care.
Men do want to please women, but then you have most men that's just like, yeah, let's get it.
I'm just curious, how are you saying most men? Obviously, this ain't woman. It's one of these rappers or whatever the fuck. You can tell she's a fucking lesbian. So I mean, she's probably been a lesbian her like pretty much almost her whole life. So what the fuck does she mean by most men? How would you know? Have you dated all men to make that kind of an assumption? Have you? So where are you getting that most men? So you fucked I don't date black men because of this. So you've dated how many black men? Like 2. And wow, that means all black men all of a sudden, you know, you know, all men are this. So that's the reason why I'm a lesbian. How many men have you actually dated for you to make that comment? 3. So you've dated like 3 guys and all of a sudden that just means all men to where you're now a lesbian. Okay. Well, as far as I've known you, and this is from personal lesbian friends that I have. So like you've been in more female relationships than you were in male relationships. And you've been literally treated worse with the women than the men. You've literally been abused more with the women than with the men. You've been dumped by more women than the men. But somehow or another, men are the ones that you find to be bad. Even though you've dated more women on this side. Lies. Just fucking lies. Just attack men for whatever reason. Attack men.
And go.
That's correct. I think that generally speaking, men are more concerned about their pleasure than they're concerned about women. Okay. The reason why?
I will admit that is, mainly true. More men are, and I do think it's a biological thing. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that person. But I do believe that most men are that way.
Is because, ladies, is very complicated. So people are gonna give up. The men that take care of themselves, they're really gonna have this mentality. If I'm responsible of getting off, you're responsible, you getting off. So I think they give up like that for that. The big thing is if you know what gets you off, you have to be communicative about that. You have to be able to say it. There's this thing where if men have.
Here's the problem I have. Here's the thing. This is what I've noticed in my time from observing. Women are emotional. So if they're in a straight sex relationship, they know that most men don't really even talk about that shit. They do. And and it's on both ends. There are men who don't really want to talk about sex. They just feel, because men don't want their ego attacked. I know how to fuck. I know how to do shit. So I don't need you to tell me how to fucking do shit. So that is most men. So they don't talk about sex. So a woman doesn't usually tell the guy. I've done this when I was going to write books. I was literally going to write relationship books based on all my years of experience and all the years of literally interviewing people, not just women I was dating, but I'm talking about my friends, and I'm talking interviewing, having literally sit down discussions about relationships and what, their likes and dislikes. And because I really was writing a book about this. I've got notes around here somewhere of my collecting my notes and everything of wanting to write my own relationship book. Not necessarily a sex book. I mean, it would have some sex things in it, but it was mostly going to be about relationships. And from my years of experience and just the interviewing, and I've interviewed a lot of people. Men don't talk about sex. I mean, this is literal, unless when they're hanging with their boys and they're just talking about their exploits and shit. But then, as I said, I've had friends of mine, female friends, where the guy wasn't doing what the woman wanted, right? And to tell you the truth, most women don't, well, I don't know how to ask. I don't want to hurt his ego. I mean, this is literally from their point of view. The guy hasn't even said anything. And women are like, well, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to hurt his ego, but he's not touching me right, and blah, 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 and everything. And he didn't lube me up properly. And well, and I'm sitting here telling my female friend, why don't you fucking say something? You're letting this person be sexual with you. It is your body. So why aren't that he's having sex with? So why aren't you fucking opening your mouth and saying something to the guy? Hey, you need to lube me up more. Hey, are you not going to play with me for a little while? Are you not going to get me into, I mean, you're obviously fucking horny because you're obviously, your dick is hard as hell. Are you not going to get me excited to receive that dick? I mean, or you just think I'm just a receptacle? I'm just, you're this. Open your mouth, ladies. Say something. Now, I've had female friends of mine. This is multiple friends, female, who have come to me for advice. And I've given them this advice, and I've already warned them ahead of time. Guys, most guys do not like getting sexual advice because they think it's going to attack their ego. But they need to understand, and you need to point this out. Well, if you plan on, trying to have sex with me, then you're going to please me as well. You're going to get me worked up. You're not just going to stick it in, get your rocks off, and just go. In those cases, in the majority of those cases, the guys literally just left. Like their egos were hurt. They were hurt. Oh my God. And I'm like, see, so you thought this guy was some real man. You thought he was some real man, that he's a man's man. And you basically made the little bitch cry when you told him he wasn't eating your pussy right, or he wasn't fingering you right. It's like, well, then obviously he wasn't, if he's a good man, he's going to take the advice that you're giving and run with that advice. If he's just going to get up and just leave, then the guy wasn't worth it in the first place. And I've had the females be like upset. Well, I was, horny and everything. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. And it was like, let me ask you a question. Yes, you felt lonely because the guy left. Now, what if you had actually slept with the guy and he basically used you like he was going to and then left? How would you have felt? And they're like literally confused because it's the first time anybody has, for one, either ever asked them that question, or it was the first time a man asked them that question. Because usually women talk about that shit all the time. But hearing that advice from another woman, a lot of women just don't want to listen. Hearing that advice from me, they're like, oh my God, it makes sense. Because it was like, so wouldn't you have felt worse if the guy had slept with you, used you, and just jetted? Because you're telling me it never happened before? Think about the times it's happened before. Didn't you feel like shit? Didn't you feel dirty? Not just lonely, but lonely and dirty. That the guy just fucking used you, didn't you? Oh, shit, you're right. Yeah, I did. Then wouldn't you rather have the lonely than the lonely and the dirty and the slutty feeling? Wouldn't you rather just have the lonely? Just means the guy wasn't fucking worth it. I have had one-night stands, which I don't consider one-night stands because I'm not that guy. But under the definition of what a one-night stand is, then yes, it was technically a one-night stand. And I have had women literally cry because I was the first guy that actually, wow, I've never been treated like this before. And I'm like, the first times it happened, I was like, what's going on? Why are you crying? Are you regretting we got together? What the fuck? I'm freaking out. I'm like, shit, she's crying. Because I'm sorry. It's not, as I've posted in other videos, I have never been single except by choice. And I'm not talking about if the girl broke up with me or whatever, and you were single. No, well, single for what? An hour? It's like, I could get, the moment the wife left, I was getting marriage proposals and shit. So no, I've been single by choice. So as I said, I'm not that person. I was raised right by my mom who would have killed me if I'd ever treated a woman just bad, just for the sake of treating a woman bad. And was taught sex, taught relationships, taught how to please a woman, all by older women teaching me this stuff. So, but I mean, I'm not going to name names. I'm not sure if I've told this story, but ended up getting with a friend's mom. When you think of American Pie and you think of Stifler's mom, this woman was that. She was gorgeous. She was rich. She was just this awesome, 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 wonderful woman, but happened to be a friend's mom, kind of like the whole Stifler's mom thing. And she's the one who wanted to get together. I was like, I'm only 21. I'm basically still a kid, kind of, a kid. You're my friend's mom. There was a whole bunch of there was a lot of shit that I was like, no. It was like, are you trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson, kind of shit? And it was one of those, this is bad in so many ways, but she just didn't want to take no for an answer. We end up getting together. I mean, this is hours of me arguing with her. Like, this is just bad. She goes, I'm single. I'm an adult. You're 21. You're an adult. You're single. We're both adults. Nobody tells us what to do. It's my house, my cars. The kids are fucking grown. Nobody fucking tells me what to. She literally was like, no. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm an adult. You're an adult. Why can't we get together? I mean, that's the Reader's Digest version of the entire few hours long of argument that we had. Well, we get together, and I'm the kind of I've always been this way. I was, as I said, taught sex at an early age, about how to treat a woman. Do not, boobs are not, like you're a kid in a candy store. Oh my God, boobies. I was taught right how to treat a woman, how to please a woman, all of that stuff. So, and then here, now, mind you, I knew this woman, so I'd had a crush on her since I was a kid, and she was drop dead gorgeous. And I'm sitting here like nervous as shit because she was a well-known woman, as far as being rich and all this, and just all of this stuff, that she was just so great. So I'm like, why is she interested? I'm literally like, why is she interested in me? I'm only 21. She's got all these rich, powerful men, admirals in the Navy and shit like that, all wanting her. Why is she interested in me? So I'm freaking the fuck out, So when we actually do get together, I'm like, I'm going to make sure that I don't mess up. I'm going to make sure I take care of her, that I please her, that I'm like all of this in my head, that I touch her right, that I don't ignore her. So I'm doing all of this shit. It is who I am, but I'm making sure that I'm doing who I am to make sure that, she don't talk bad about me, and, so after it was the sunrise, it was early morning, and she's on top, and she starts crying. And I'm freaking out because I'm like, I knew it. I knew this was a bad idea. I told you this was a bad idea. You're regretting that we got together. I knew it. I should have listened to myself by saying, no, we can't do this and everything. And she was like, no, that's not why I'm crying. She goes, I'm crying because I'm happy. And I'm like, huh? What were you doing? And she goes, well, it's because no man has done what you did. You don't care about my money. You didn't care about my house, my cars, she goes, you didn't like, oh my God, she's got great boobs and all this. She was like, for the first time ever, not from her marriage, not from any of the other men that she dated, it was the first time she actually was respected. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's good. I was like, all right, so I did good. I was like, okay, but that's me. I'm that person. And I've had talks with my guy friends about this shit. Dude, if you make a woman happy, she will, I mean, and I'm talking strictly sex here. If you make a woman happy, she's going to do things that she would normally not do. There have been girls I've dated, because at the very beginning, actually for a lot of my life, I was never into a girl going down on me. I was just not into it. I always thought it was disrespectful and dirty, of a woman doing that. The reason why dirty is because of the fact that a guy ejaculates. So even though I was watching pornos and stuff, when the squiggly lines with the Playboy Channel back in the day, one of my favorite movies with Vanessa Del Rio, Lips. Damn, that woman can. Anyway, so watching it on porn is one thing, but to do it in the real world, I was not into it because I just thought it was disrespectful and I thought it was dirty for a woman to do, especially with the way my guy friends would talk. Yo, man, that bitch sucked my dick and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why y'all got to talk like that? So there have been girls I've dated who did not, I don't give blowjobs. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm fine. You don't have to worry about that with me. Don't worry about that. And then as we're dating, it's like, I want to do that for you. Well, no. You said you don't do that. So why are you all of a sudden bringing it up about doing it? And it's like, because you didn't force me to do it. You didn't want me to do it. So I want to do it because I don't feel forced. I actually, it seems that you're the kind of guy that would actually teach, and actually, I was one particular redhead I dated back in the day, and it was like, I want to do it. And I was like, but you've literally said to me, I know I use that word a lot, but said to me that you don't do it, that you hate it, like hate it. You said you hate it. And she goes, yeah, but I want to do it for you because you earned my trust. And I was like, wow, So I've been trying to teach a lot of my guy friends that if you are selfless and are very giving and everything when it comes to sex and pleasing and things like that, I mean, this is just experience of my life. These women who have never done, I've never done this before, or I've never done this before, but I want to do it with you. I want to do it for you. I want to learn how to do this. Have you ever done this before? There have been plenty of women who have asked about anal sex. And I'm like, yeah. Have you been with a woman who's never done it before, but she learned how to do it? And I was like, yeah, the wife did and all this other stuff. And it's like, well, I want to learn how to do it. And I'm sitting here going, why? Why is it that you want to learn how to do it? Because if it's not done right, then it's going to be a bad experience and then you're going to hate it. But you need to understand there are sensors, there's nerve endings in there that make, hold on, so I can get this thing to, it's going to bring up the stupid, oh my God, I hate when I hit the play button because it does that crap.
All the pressure of,
okay. And it's like, yeah, but there are nerve endings in there that if you're manipulating, anally while you're manipulating other things, it makes the orgasm even like 10 times stronger. But again, if it's not done right, then you're going to hate the experience and then you're going to blame all men and you're going to blame, and it's like, no, so you need to understand, mentally, do you really want to do it? Emotionally, do you really want it? I'm sitting here talking about all of this stuff. And I've had women, it's like, you talk about sex like it's, clinical, kind of thing. And I'm like, because it is clinical. Yeah, there's still pleasure and things involved, but it's still a car is a car. It is a mechanical device. So working on the car, repairing the car, improving the car, and all that stuff, it doesn't take away from the driving experience, does it? So if you have a supercar and you learn how the turbo system works and all this other stuff, is it going to take away from the driving experience? Obviously not. To tell you the truth, the more you know about the car, it's going to make the experience better. Same thing when it comes to the human body. So, but that's the way I am. It makes the experience. I've gotten all my guy friends about that. So all you guys care about is your next notch on your fucking bed, on your bedpost, on your belt, the next conquest and shit. And then I'm asking, I remember having a huge, as I said, I've been studying this for many, many, many years. Even when I was a teenager, I've always been fascinated about just humanity and social and really since I've been a kid, been very fascinated with the human body and sex. And I'm sitting here asking my guy friends, did you actually get pleasure from this latest conquest? Well, I got my nut off. That's not what I asked you. Well, what do you mean? I came, right? The fact that you literally are like already on. So basically, she didn't knock that shit out is what I'm talking about. The fact that you were like, all right, like you just jerked off. All right, I'm done. All right, cool. Go on now. Then obviously it wasn't a real enjoyable experience. And they were confused. This is when we were teens, and I'm having this conversation with my guy friends. They were confused. They were like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And I was like, guys, you do realize that's one of the reasons why I date older women, right? I don't date these little girls, even though we're all the same age. I don't date these little girls. I date older. You're telling me that sex is better with older women? Yeah, dude, because they've been there, done that. They actually know what the fuck they're doing. It's like, are you serious? You do realize there's more to sex than actually just the orgasm itself, right? God, people are so stupid. So biologically, because it's from a guy's perspective, it is more about the pleasure, but it's also about procreation for a guy. Again, I've said this in numerous videos. Why do people want to throw out science? Just because we have a brain and we can build shit and create shit and go into space and do all this other fucking shit does not take away the fact that we are still fucking living, breathing animals. But people just want to throw that out like we're fucking androids and shit.
You didn't come is because he's not good in bed. And this ain't just has nothing to do with the woman. It's always the man that has this burden where he's responsible for getting you off.
I think the global context that sometimes people miss is that for a long time, women have been shamed for their desires. And so that stuff is passed generation to generation. That trauma still lives on, and it shows itself in the inability of women to communicate. And I would encourage.
No, that is not. Women want to communicate. They do. So you're wrong on this one. Women want to communicate. They just feel that they don't want to hurt the guy's feelings. Most of the women that I've interviewed, whether they were girlfriends or friends or people I just interviewed, most women are just afraid, as I said, they're going to hurt the guy's feelings, and it's a natural thing in them. And then guys go, well, I don't care. I got my nut off. What the hell do I care? What do I care? Did she orgasm? Well, maybe, I don't know. Talk, because it goes right back to not even sex. Forget that part. It goes right back to men don't usually communicate about these things, emotions, sex. Men don't usually talk about that stuff. A lot of the divorced wives or even cheating wives that I hooked up with or dated, it was just because of the fact that their husbands thought they were pleasing them. Yeah, you like that dick, don't you? Oh, yeah. And the woman's like, well, I don't want to hurt his feelings. So yeah, I do. See, communication. If the person you're with does not really want to please you, don't even bother. Even if you already got with them once, then, suck up the fact that you got with them that one time or a couple of times to make sure it wasn't just a glitch, kind of thing. And then be like, nope, I ain't getting with you no more. But a lot of these women that I've known or interviewed, they have these gorgeous husbands. And it's like, but he doesn't please you. He doesn't stimulate you. He doesn't please you. So why'd you even get with him? Because he was handsome. Are you women forgetting that y'all are more complex than that? Are you forgetting that? Especially when they've been married for so long, over 5, 10 or more years. Remember, women become more sexual. Women want to still be attractive the older they get and everything. Men want to settle down more. That's just the majority for women, the majority for men. So if he is already not pleasing you, neglecting you, and all this other stuff, it's already going to get worse over here. Because you should have fucking said something, because there are a lot of married women that would approach me because they saw the way I treated my wife. And this is one of the reasons why I started doing my book, taking the notes and interviewing people. It's because I would get approached randomly because women would see the way I would treat my wife and be like, damn, I wish my husband gave me even half the attention you give your wife, kind of thing. And so I'm like, as I said, I was already doing interviews and I'm like, what do you mean? So then I'm like starting to lead them into questions like, well, man, you dance with your wife and you're constantly touching her and letting her know that she's beautiful. And I just watching, we could see, and I was talking about telling my girl, oh my God, I wish my husband would do that for me. How long have you been married? Oh, we've been married like 16, 20, whatever. I'm thinking of two women at Aaron's on the West Side. It was Aaron's Irish Pub or whatever on the West Side off of Mesa. And we were outside, it's the end of the night, and we're all sitting in the parking lot and talking because everybody was talking and stuff. A whole bunch of people were all talking. And so these two women, gorgeous women, gorgeous. And it was like, oh my God, you dance with your wife and you do this. And I'm like, why did you marry these fucking assholes? And I was open. I was straight up saying that shit. Why'd you marry these assholes? Obviously, you're complaining about them. So why the fuck did you marry them? Well, it's because, he was so cute. He was so handsome. And he still is handsome. And I'm like, yeah, but you're bitching. Do you hear yourself? You're complaining. So you're not happy. You're making excuses. Oh, well, he still finds me attractive. Does he? Does he? I see how attractive you are. Is he dancing with you? Oh, he never danced. Do you dance? Oh, I love dancing. Then why the fuck did you marry somebody that didn't dance? The fuck? I don't but it's women doing that whole, he was a pretty package. He was so handsome. Oh my God, he was a pretty package. So that's like buying a fucking kit car, where it looks like it's a Ferrari, but it's nothing but a fucking Honda with a Ferrari kit around it. That's basically what you ladies do. Because he was pretty, because he was handsome, because he had muscles, because he had money. Yeah, but you women do realize the older you get, you want more substance. It's a biological thing. But when you're young, you're stupid and you don't think of that shit. But this is these dumb people, whether it was my generation, the older generation, the younger generation, that think they're fucking immortal, that they're going to stay young forever. I have lived my life, my entire life. I'm going to get older. Because obviously we do get older. So these people that, oh, I'm going to stay this way my whole life. No, motherfucker, you're going to get old. You're going to get wrinkles. You're going to want more substance in life. You're going to feel mortality. Like, oh my God, what have I done with my life? There's more I should be doing. All of this shit. So I told these women, I told them straight out, maybe y'all need to talk about divorce. Because obviously you're not happy. And you do realize the older men get, the more they want to settle down. So you might want to look into divorce. And I mean, I may be upsetting you by saying that, but I'm being honest. I'm being truthful. If you're with a guy that, for one, never did this shit in the first place, and the fact that it matters. I was like, I'm just curious. I didn't even know you guys were even married. I thought y'all were two single, beautiful ladies. It was like, no, the men were, because it was the whole patio area, and then you had the bar area, and the men were in the bar. So they weren't even with their wives out in the patio area where all the fun was. So y'all were dressed up, hot looking women, and just completely fucking ignored. Again, and I've said this in numerous videos, that is the women's fault. That is the women's fault. You knew the things that you liked to do when you fucking met this man. You knew the things he liked and didn't like to do when you fucking met this man or boy when they were young. Why'd you marry him? He didn't beat you on the head with a club like a caveman and take you away, right? That means he proposed to you. That means you had a choice. Why the fuck did you marry him then? Well, because I loved him. What did you love about him? The fact that he was handsome and had muscles and shit? What about the other stuff? So you loved him based on an image of when you guys were either in your teens or your 20s, not realizing you're not going to stay in your fucking teens or your fucking 20s. Oh my God, why are people so fucking stupid? Jesus Christ. Live your life on the fact that you're going to get older. Live your life that shit's going to start breaking down and shutting down because can't just be like Wally and replace a fucking arm and shit, you know. Live your life based on the fact that time moves. I don't know why I'm having to explain this in a fucking video.
Anyone who's, you know, with a woman to, even if she doesn't express her displeasure in the bedroom, she may not be at a point where she feels comfortable enough to say that. You know, like there's been plenty of times where there have been plenty of times with a woman and I'm asking her if this position is okay.
There have been plenty. See, he does what I do. And that's one of the reasons why I really like this guy. Why I do. There's been one video that I just didn't like by both of them, but for the most part, I like him. Because he does what I do. I ask questions. If you are allowing me to be sexual with you, that means you are honoring me to be sexual with you. Now, if you're one of those women, like my ex-wife was when I first met her, who basically just didn't even respect herself and was just, you know, thinking it was just going to be a one-night stand, it was just going to be a fuck and everything else, I was like, whoa. I'm not like that. I'll take you back to the barracks. You can hook up with somebody else if you just want to fuck. And she was like, well, it's not like we love each other. You know, we don't really even know each other. So it's not like it's making love. And I'm like, y'all do know there are other options, right? There isn't just, you know, making love and fucking, you know, there is this thing called passionate sex, right? But oh my God, I can't believe, you know, it's like, are you serious? There are other sexual options out there. There's plenty of them. There's not just two, you know, unlike Eddie Murphy, where he was like, you know, what was, I can't remember, Eddie Murphy Raw, I can't remember which one, but it's like, you know, oh, we're just making love. No, sometimes you just gotta fuck. Well, even then it's like, dude, there's more than two options. And so when her and I did get together, which was supposed to be just a one-night stand, she was like, oh my God, I've never had anybody. For one, nobody had ever gone down on her before. She literally had not had a real orgasm from any guy she had ever been with other than her masturbating after the guy left. So me going down on her and actually giving her an orgasm, she was like, okay, because guys don't normally do that, especially black guys. I'm like, the fuck those other niggas, you know? It's like, I do that shit because you're letting me be with you. So I'm going to make sure I please you. It's your body. Why wouldn't you make sure the guy pleases you too? It is your body. He's not raping you. He's not taking it. So why are you not making that choice going, well, I want to be with you, but hey, you're going to get me off too, right? What? Oh my God, as I said, women are the problem. Y'all are the ones that, unless a person takes it as an assault from you, the option is, because obviously the guy wants the pussy, right? The guy wants it. Well, make sure he earns it. Why is that so difficult? You're the ones in control of it. So, and as I said, he ain't taking it from you. So in order to get it, make him earn it. What? Why is this so difficult? I do not understand why this is hard. I can't believe I've had to educate so many women that guys already want the pussy. They already want it. So make them earn it. Don't give it up. If they get mad because oh, why do I gotta, then be like, all right, well, I'm gonna leave, or you're gonna take me home, or if it's their place, get the fuck out of my apartment. If you're not gonna please me too, if you're not gonna take care of my needs, also get the fuck out. I really do not understand any of this bullshit. Women are the ones in control. Men already want the pussy. So women, and you have the pussy, y'all are the ones in control. So don't just give it up, make them earn it. I don't get why this is so fucking difficult.
And she says, yeah, but I can tell she's in pain. But in her head, she's internalized that like, oh, this is how the experience is supposed to be. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be that way. I don't have to derive pleasure from your pain. Did you dig what I'm saying? So try to initiate that conversation as a man.
I like him. Fucking like this dude. I have had many discussions with girls, be it from a teen, and women where, what's really harsh is when it's a woman, older woman. I'll be in my 20s and I'm dating women in their late 40s and early 50s. And they're like, I've never had a guy really go down on me before. There was one older woman I got with, her name was Robin. And when I forgot how old I was, in my early 20s, and I'm flirting with her. And she was like, total cougar. But she was like, oh my God, you're so young, what could you ever show me? I've been around the block plenty of times. I'm a woman. I've been around the block, and all this other stuff. There ain't nothing you could show me and whatever. And I'm like, why are you talking like that? I find you attractive, and shit, if we ever got together, I would definitely, that would be awesome. I end up convincing her, we get together. I didn't even go down to her. She was at her house. I'm below her, pleasing her. And she didn't just squirt. She just, and after she because I had to kind of sit her down, and everything else, because she almost fell over. She was freaking out, like, oh my God, what was that? What was that? And I was like, what are you talking about? Because my mind was focused on the fact that she kept bragging about, oh, I know all about sex and everything, and I've been around the block and all this other shit. So I'm like, what is she confused about? And she was like, what was that? And I was like, your orgasm? And she goes, I have never come like that in my life. And I was like, whoa. What happened to all the talking and the bragging and everything that you've done in the time that I've been trying to hook up with you? What happened to all of that? And she goes, and what else was, and I was like, the squirting? Again, I thought you've been around the block. I know everything about sex. I know you couldn't teach me anything because you're young and all. Whatever happened to all that? And she started crying. She goes, I guess I've never really ever been pleased before. And I was like, but you did all of this bragging, Oh my God, just seriously. And communication. Talk. As much experience as I have, I still don't know fucking everything, because I haven't been with every goddamn woman in the world to know everything. But I do know a lot. But I still always question things. I still always ask. I still want to learn. I still want to experience things. The human body, the female body, is one of the most magnificent creations ever. And pleasing a woman is just beyond incredible. And especially pleasing a woman who's older, it is beyond incredible. Taking a woman who thinks that she knows, like with this woman, Robin, who thinks she knows all of these things, and then you could still teach her something new. That is an honor. That is like, I did good, kind of thing. But ask questions, get answers. And if the person, seriously, guys, because I consider this rape. If you could tell that the woman is lying, if you could tell that the woman really isn't into something or, you know, whatever, don't force her. It doesn't matter if she said yes. It doesn't matter that she gave in. There have been plenty of women, you know, that it's like, you know, you don't really seem into going down on me. So why are you even trying? Well, isn't that what you want? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, no, you stop right now. It's like, I am not forcing you to do this. No, I know you didn't force me, but no, because obviously you seem like you don't even want to do this. So no, you are not going to turn around and later to your girlfriends be like, well, I did it, but I don't like it, but he didn't know that. No, I'm not into that bullshit. Not at all. Communication. Always talk. Always ask. I don't care how long you've been married. Me and my wife were married we were married 23 years. Well, technically 25, but 23 before she left, whatever. And I was always asking questions. I was always, you know, wanting to do something different, wanting to constantly learn. That's just me. I was always that person. I will always be that person. I've had friends who have asked, man, you know, Mark, I can't believe that, you know, you're still married to the same woman and you guys still have sex. I'm like, yeah, all the fucking time, you know? And it's like, well, how are you still interested in the same person? Aren't you bored? No. For one, I really love this person. Two, I'm not shallow. I'm not a piece of shit. I'm not a dog. You know, I see her in many different ways. She has long hair. She has short hair. She dyed her hair. Her hair's done up. Her hair is curly. I was like, do you not realize all the different looks? She's wearing booty shorts. She's wearing a dress. But it's still the same person. Well, then that's your problem that you seem to date one person, a person that literally is just a fucking plank. No personality, no multifaceted. It's like, no, the woman I married is adapting. She's changing. Even then when I met her, she was a multifaceted person. Somebody I'm like, oh shit, man, she's interested in this. She's interested in this. She's interested in this. Dude, well, see, you got with somebody that was a fucking plank. Just, this is who they are. Well, of course you're bored. You know, it's like that. No.
And because we don't have those inhibitions as much as they do. I try to always initiate that conversation, be like, yo, listen, don't hesitate to say what you're feeling. And if I can sense that hesitation, I'll just ask her, like, is this okay for you? Because if it's not.
Sense the hesitation. See, you fucking guys, see, you fucking dogs out there. You can, no. If I could do it, this motherfucker could do it. And a lot of my other friends, I know that we can do it. Y'all can do it. And I guarantee you the experience is much more. It's just absolutely much better. But no, you guys are just so into getting your dick wet and y'all just don't fucking care. But again, ladies, y'all are the ones in control. It's your pussy. Y'all are the ones in control. Don't give it up. Just don't. Unless the guy takes it from you, don't just give it. If he can't do what we're talking about right now, communication, hey, what do you like? What do you don't like? You know, don't fake with me. Don't tell me that you're into something when you're not. That's something I can't stand women doing. That really pisses me off. Wait, you told me you were into doing this, and then I'm sensing that you're not into this. Why did you lie? Well, because I figured that you really wanted to do it. And no, that's why I fucking asked you. Damn. Oh my God, you tell men not to lie. Women are the biggest liars. Women lie way more than men do. Yeah, they do. And it's the quality of the lie. If a guy is going to ask you a question, considering the fact that most men don't even bother. See, here's the thing, ladies. Most men don't even bother. So if they're going to take the time, like me and him, to ask you these questions, fucking be truthful and answer the fucking question. Don't lie. Most guys don't even bother. So when a guy does, he wants to know.
Just say it. It's okay. And I think if you lay down that groundwork, you're going to see them communicate far more with you with what they like, what they want to try, all that stuff. So my message to men is just lay down that groundwork for that communication, because they may not be at a point yet where they're ready.
I haven't watched this video in since it was actually, I don't even think I watched. Yeah, I didn't watch the whole video. I literally had started it. So all this is like literally, I'm watching it with you right now. And didn't I just say that? This young boy smart. He's smart. I was young and knew this information, and I had no hope for fucking men out there. I am so fucking happy right now to know that there are still youngins out there carrying the torch, that there are still good men out there. Fucking love you, brother.
Me too. Men are selfish in bed, and they're selfish in bed for a few different reasons. One being that they're never really instructed on how to please a woman. Even the product they consume is all about male pleasure all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not. You're saying it's you're saying they're selfish because women haven't taught them. I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with women. It's not even about just making a woman come. It's not just about getting her off. Making her feel good is also part of that process.
Okay. The only problem I have what he's saying is men don't normally communicate. So to put the blame on men right now, I do have a problem with what he just said. Putting the blame on men when men normally don't communicate about this stuff, don't put the blame on the men. Again, if the man isn't assaulting you and raping you and taking it from you, then the woman is the one in control because they're the ones that have the pussy. So why isn't the woman, considering guys don't talk normally? We all know that. We all know this the whole, what is it? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I read that book when I was a kid. Considering we all know this. This goes back fucking generations. Men and women have known this. Men don't really talk about this shit. We've known this. So it's not the man's fault. That's one problem I do have with what you just said right now. That is not the man's fault because men don't normally communicate. That is the woman's fault. The woman should be in control of that. If women don't want men to be selfish in bed, open your fucking mouths and say something.
What I'm saying is that what I said, I also said is that women don't instruct men.
What I'm trying to tell you is that most men don't even make the effort to pay attention.
Oh yeah, if that's that.
Well then, okay, that's true. But for one, women still need to talk. For one, and if the men aren't paying attention, that woman needs to jet. Simple as that. Meaning, women are in control. In that whole dialogue they just said, the women are in control. Men don't normally talk about this stuff, so the women need to open up and say, hey, we gonna talk about this or not? If the man still don't want to communicate, he still doesn't want to listen, be like, all right, I'm out. See ya.
That's what it is. Yeah, absolutely. Men don't make the effort. I could say yes to that. I can say yes to that. But I think it's deeper than that as well. It's not just they don't make the effort. It's really the fact that once ages of being instructed that we don't have to. I mean, it's really easier for us to get off than it is for them.
But again, so it is their fault. It's not women's fault.
To a certain degree.
It's not to a certain degree. It is men's fault.
No, it isn't. It's the women's fault. It is the women's fault. You are literally trying to say, it, as I said, it's biology. Guys just do not talk about this stuff. They don't. But the women do. So before giving up the pussy, communicate. So it's not the men's fault. This is nowhere near the men's fault. Where's the pussy? The pussy ain't right here. We don't have the pussy. Y'all got it. So therefore, it is the woman's fault.
If they don't want to be empathetic.
Yes, that I agree with. That
okay, so that's your responsibility.
Would that sentence?
No, that is not because you're now changing biology. And it's funny because they've done a whole video where they talk about biology. So no, you're wrong in this one. You're absolutely wrong. It is not the men's fault. You're literally trying to change men from what they are. Men don't communicate, which is funny because you said it. Men don't communicate. Men don't talk about this stuff. So why are you blaming men for something you already know they don't do? The women are the ones who have the pussy. The end goal for men, most for that pussy, is over there. So then they're the ones who need to be in charge of that shit because they're the ones who are in charge of it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I realized how bad men were when I made little effort in bed and women were blown away.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
It's like,
understand?
it's like when you get in a relationship and you have to go, so how's your day? She's like, you want to know? And I'm like, what?
Yeah. If you want a good to experience, generally a good basis to start for as a man is take care of her first and get yours afterwards. Because hers is a lot harder to get, and you can get yours at any point.
This really just sounds like an infomercial for your prowess, man.
My what?
Information for your prowess.
I just think that whenever people talk about sex in bed, they often go to orgasms, and to me, it's like it's a lot larger than that. You can have sexual experiences in your day-to-day life which don't involve any orgasms. It can be really great, and I think oftentimes men fixate themselves on how a woman is pleased, whether or not she comes. And I can assure you, you can have orgasms and still have terrible sex. And so I always try to tell men, like, yo, focus on the other shit that's happening in the bedroom, because if you do, then you'll start to realize, okay, this person actually enjoyed this.
As I said, all the shit that I was taught. All the shit. And I'm talking about the most important thing. Kissing. You know how many women I have gotten off or gotten where they just were like, from the kissing. There is so much. I took, because growing up, there was this beauty salon and massage place, even back in the late 70s, early 80s, back at Ward's Corner, that I used to just go and hang out. And I learned how to do hair. My dad was a barber anyway, one of the many things that my dad did. So I learned how to do hair. I learned how to do massage before you had to get all licensed and all this other bullshit and everything. So I started and martial arts, pressure points thing. And I started realizing, man, you can actually use a lot of this stuff in sex. So I created something what I call a typewriter technique, where it's basically a massage, but using my fingers like a typewriter, hitting all of these zones, giving a massage to the woman, a whole body massage, and learning where she goes, ooh, and we're like, oh, I got to remember that spot. And oh, I got to remember that spot. And so, yeah, we're talking about even the simplest things. I have had a couple of them, but the first one who did it, ex-girlfriend named Carolina. All I did was hold her hand. We went on a date, and all I did was hold her hand. That's all I did. And she started crying. And I'm like, what are you crying for? And she goes, my ex-husband never held my hand. None of my boyfriends ever held my hand. And I was like, what? Simple shit, guys. Simple shit. We ain't talking about building a goddamn skyscraper, fuckers. We're talking about pleasing a woman. Oh, women are hard. Women are hard. No, they're not. Communication, asking questions. Now, mind you, a lot of women don't even know their own pleasure. There have been women I've dated who never masturbated whatsoever. So they didn't know shit about sex. Never had an orgasm before in their life. A real one anyway, like that woman Robin who thought she knew what an orgasm was, and in her 40s I gave her first official fucking orgasm because she never ever before me in her whole sexual revolution whatever never squirted before until with me. So communication, touching, kissing, communicating while do you have any idea how turned on women get when you're communicating with them during sex? Oh my God, the concept. Women are the ones that are very into communicating and talking because they don't want to be treated like an object. You know what I mean? Because there are some women who are they're just destined to be sluts. So okay, but I'm talking about a real woman. Do you have any idea how many older women that I got with just by looking into their eyes during sex, talking with them during sex, kissing them, paying attention to them, that they were like, holy shit, this is the first time I've ever felt respected, not just fucked. Yeah, I get, what is it? You get more flies with honey than vinegar. Do you have any idea? I mean, I have dated some of the most, not prudish, it's not the right word, but technically innocent minded women, and these women turned out to be not freaky. I'm not going to use that word because they're great women, and I'm not going to insult them by saying that, but turned out to be like highly, like we're talking about that they were just, oh yes, I've had sex, it was my husband and it was just missionary, and and then I get with them and I'm teaching them these things, and then all of a sudden they're like, they're literally like, bend me over and pull my hair. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm like freaking out, like, what the hell's going on and shit. And it's because, and this is, as I said, I didn't just get with somebody to get with somebody. I'm always learning. I will always want to learn new shit as long as I'm alive. I love sex. I'm not one of those guys that is, okay, I already know how to please a woman. I know where her clit is, and I know how to, so I'm done. That's it. I'm one of those guys that I'm constant, and I would never insult a woman by doing what I did to another woman. That's one of the reasons why I do my typewriter technique, is because, and somebody asked me that, it's like, did you just do what you did to like your ex, or what you do to your, and I'm like, no, I would never insult you like that. And it's a good question. It's a good question, like this one particular ex asked. And I was like, no, why would I ever insult you like that? Why would I ever do to you what I did to somebody else? And I'm like, no, and I'm not talking about the position or whatever. I'm talking, you need to understand, the human body is like a computer. My laptop password is obvious. This whole house, there could be 1,000 laptops in here. All of them are going to have different passwords. So therefore, you need to learn every single password when you go to log on to the next computer. So to sit here and get with a woman and do exactly, because I had an ex-girlfriend, one of my ex-fiancés, who did this. We got together and I could tell that she was kind of doing it like mechanically, trying to please me. And I was like, whoa, you don't even bother, because she was trying to go down on me. And I was like, you obviously don't even seem like you're really into it. And she was like, no, I really am, which she was just terrible at it. And I was like, but you're not really pleasing me. And she was like, oh, she got all of it. It's funny because men are the ones who normally get offended by this shit, right? No. So she got offended and she goes, well, I've never had complaints before from any of my other exes or guys I've been with. And I was like, whoa. So what you're telling me is, instead of pleasing me, you're pleasing one of your exes. That's no, I'm with you. No, you're not. You are literally using techniques and things that you've done with them, with me. So it's not customized to my body, to my feeling. Not every penis is the same, girl. And she was like, what? Like, she was just dumbfounded. You're not all the same? Are you the same as your roommate? Are you the same as your best friend? Are you the same? So if I have sex with your best friend, you're going to tell me that everything that works on you, I need to go do the same exact thing to her? And it like an epiphany. Her mind was blown that all guys are different. Yeah, because we're fucking individuals. The fuck are you? So no, I would not do something that I did with this woman. That's why I have my typewriter technique that I use, which is to learn the individual person, specific to that person, honoring that person, spoiling that person. Oh no, I'm going to do what I did to everybody else to this one. So I'm just going to insult this person that I got with. No. So I'm always learning. The human body is magnificent. There are, I mean, in the over 2 decades that I was married, we were still learning about each other. Because the human body is magnificent. So, as I said, in the 2 decades we were together, we were still learning techniques and different. I mean, it's yeah, the human body is just incredible. So, to please a woman, as I said, the simplest things make them happy. Really. Looking into their eyes, respecting them, letting you know that, I mean, but hey, if y'all hook up and it's just a fuck, whatever. Don't even listen to my advice because, you know, you're just, that's all you wanted to do. But for as this video goes, as far as, you know, dating, relationship, that kind of level and everything else, then listen to what I'm fucking saying. I would, out of all my fucking experience, ain't no way in hell Dr. Phil is a fucking expert. Fuck that dude. And I've been, that's one of the things that's actually in my book. So where the hell did I put my notes? In my notes, as in writing this book, I put in there an insult to Dr. Phil. All these women going to him for advice because he's been married for so many years. That motherfucker don't know shit. He don't know shit. I guarantee I would challenge Dr. Phil in a heartbeat on who knows more about pleasing a woman and sex and making women happy. I guarantee you I know more than that fucker. Guarantee it. Challenge that motherfucker any day.
Doing that because I'm not just fixated on going down on the girl or whatever it may be. There's a lot of other aspects that happen in the bedroom. Like I remember meeting women who, like, even when it comes to kissing, are surprised by a lot of stuff. I'm like, what are you?
Did I not just say that? Did I not? Women, oh my, a guy that knows how to kiss a woman. Guys, this is something we learn even going back to fucking high school. That girls were into kissing, girls were into holding hands, girls were into touching. So if you guys still didn't learn that the fact that he's saying it means that guys still don't get it. Even though we all know this shit in school. You know, the reason why guys aren't getting it and why guys aren't doing it is because the fucking women aren't making them do it. Again, who controls the pussy? The women do. So stop giving it up unless the guy does what the fuck you want them to do. Hold my hand, hold me, touch me, feel me, look at me, communicate with me. Seriously, women, you're the ones in control. You're in control, so be in control. Seriously.
Doing with these dudes. And look, I don't talk to my male friends. I've never asked priests, like, what are your moves in the bedroom?
Because, you know, that's none of your goddamn business.
Yeah, and we don't gossip like you ladies. So we don't. You know who does tell us our special moves though?
Who what? Yeah, but we're not. Hold on, okay, hold on. That's one dude. That's not.
But you know what's funny though? He treats his moves like they're political statements. That when he said "peace or death," alors je regarde le drapeau.
That's not even what he said. He said, "I'm doing it for the ancestors."
That might be the only guy I know who's ever told me his moves in my entire life. That's interesting because I wonder, like, if women, when they're socialized at young age, are they thinking about it? Because me growing up, nobody ever really talked to me about eating the box. None of the stuff that men recommend.
I learned stuff from, I don't know if I've told this story before. I'm not sure if I did or didn't, but I learned this stuff because of an older woman when I was young who taught me how to touch a woman. This is what a clit is. These are what, you know, breasts and nipples. And she taught me what it was, how to touch it, all of that. So I learned that stuff, but it was from a woman. Guys don't normally, now mind you, guys normally don't talk about this stuff. But one of my friends who I took under one of my young friends who I took under my wing, I'm the one who taught him those things. I'm the one who was like, yo, This is how you eat. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how you pay attention. This is how you. I was like, hey, I'm going to spread this knowledge. I had a lot of my other dog friends try to get advice from me, and I'm like, fuck you. I ain't teaching you shit. Well, you taught fucking Dave. Yeah, you're right. I taught him because he respects women. Y'all don't. Y'all already use women and abuse women as it is. Even though I fucking warned them, stop dating your doggish asses. They still give it up to your dumbasses anyway. You expect me to teach you how to hurt a woman even more? Break them even more? Motherfuckers, I know y'all suck in bed. Dude, I was like, I've known plenty of girls that come crying on my shoulder how you use them. And it's like, he sucked anyway. He didn't know how to do this. He didn't know how to do that and everything. And I was like, but you want me to teach you, a dog, how to break them even more? At least by y'all sucking in bed, at least, yeah, it's too late at that point, but at least they're like, oh no, he sucks, he got to go. At least they learned at that point. But you want me to have it to where you're breaking them mentally and emotionally because you actually know how to eat pussy and everything else now? Fuck you, I ain't teaching you how to hurt women. Screw that shit.
That I tried involved their pleasure. It was always centered around our own. I'm wondering if women are socialized in a way that their sense of good sex and all that stuff is about getting a man off. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is. It is. That's exactly what it is. It's not like they're really taught that, because from all the interviews and conversations I've had, it's not that they're necessarily taught that. It is just what women somehow think. I don't know if it was from movies or TV shows. I don't know where the hell women are getting this from, because I have asked, where did you learn this? That this is what men are into? And it's like, I don't know. I just always thought, that. So no, women aren't taught the shit either.
Me, it was really never about getting off. First time I had, you do your thing and then she looks at you like, hey, look, and you did that. Like, oh, this is life. This is what I'm doing all night long. This is what I'm doing. This is having that face, that old face. Right. If I could do that, I'm okay. So it's just,
I definitely think it is.
I was more gentleman than most people I know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I don't know about him,
making
but
sure everything
that guy,
was
yeah.
all right and good. Maybe I asked you too many questions because I was surrounded with women and I heard stories.
That's a matter of culture and environment. Because like there's a country, I think it's Rwanda, if I remember correctly, where they have a whole documentary about men.
As I said, I'm literally watching this with the rest of y'all right now. So this whole part, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Je sais pas comment je peux appeler ça, mais d'après moi, c'est de l'eau.
C'est comme l'eau de la rivière.
reka mubwire abadamu bose ko iyo nyanja imana yayituremanye twese ati kuko niwo munezero niwo mutuzo imana yaremeye abagabo bacu.
Wow, a whole society. I didn't know about this. A whole society that talks about pleasure. That is beautiful. That is fucking awesome. About pleasing a woman. Holy fuck, a goddamn society with macho men honoring women. That is fucking awesome. about pleasing a woman, how to please a woman. Holy shit, I did not know this society exists. I'm going to have to look at this documentary one of these days.
And so in that country, I'm sure if you surveyed them, women's satisfaction would probably be much higher because for men, it's a sense of pride.
A goddamn society that it's prideful to get the woman. Oh my, fuck. Dude, I'm glad I'm watching this video with you guys, with you guys. I'm loving this. This is awesome.
To be that empathetic and to make her, they talk about the waterfalls and they talk about all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go chase. No, please go chase. So and so it's definitely culturally great. Whereas here, not only do we still live in a very puritanical society where we're seeing people, we are not a country that.
No, it's a bunch of fucking horn dogs now. Come on, look at TV, look at movies. It's a bunch of horn dogs, but no respect is ever. See, so for you women out there trying to blame men for shit, again, I keep pointing this out over and over and over in this fucking video. Y'all are the ones that are in control of the damn pussy, so control it. If the guy is not doing shit to please you, then don't fucking give it up. God damn.
To openly talk about what that looks like for the different genders.
And it's generational as well. A lot of older Asian men don't eat the box. Culturally,
a lot of black men don't.
A lot of Jamaican not eat the box. And me like fish, so me eat the box. Yeah.
Why does your woman smell like fish? You know what I mean? No. Stop that.
There's even songs about that. No way. Bye no song. That's crazy though. Now the market, there's a song about if you're a bad man, you don't freaking eat.
But that's a myth. There's plenty of Jamaican men who do eat the box.
Yeah, and they don't say it.
They just don't say it.
They don't say it.
They're like the opposite of homosexuals.
They're in the box.
They're in the closet.
In the box.
In the box.
They're in the box. Mad Jamaicans are gonna be bad about you.
No, that's the truth.
Men are in our closet.
I guarantee you, Jamaican women will be in the comments and be like, I know that's not true.
Yeah.
And people who sell with Jamaicans are gonna say, I know that's not true.
Yeah, there's gonna be people that eat the box.
So I guess if we had to give any solutions to this problem, women try to communicate the fact that, like
pull a Shakira on that shit. Pull a Shakira.
You guys should communicate more the fact that you want certain things done. Men, you should be more empathetic. This is something you're sharing with somebody else. And if you just treat it as a penetrative experience, then you are not doing that other person justice and not yourself also. Because once you take care of her, the whole experience is heightened.
Yeah, because it's just a home invasion.
Yeah.
If you just...
What?
It's just a home invasion.
Wait, I agreed to something I didn't know. What? It's just a home invasion. I was like, yeah. Huh? What? What do you mean it's a home invasion?
If you don't pleasure, you just go in and then do your thing and leave. It's just a home invasion. You have to,
Okay. It's the kind of burglar who just comes in, jerks on your pictures, and doesn't see anything.
That's right.
That's not a burglar.
That's a home invasion. It's a home invasion.
Yeah, with some minor vandalism.
Yeah.
About to paint these walls. Can you say the word prawn?
Prawn? Why?
I probably just sub it over every word anytime you say prawn. Is it right? We need the wussy.
But wussy.
Can't you see? Sometimes the words.
Wussy. Can't you see? Sometimes the man's are really lazy.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. But yeah. Oh, by the way, it's fucking snowing again. Jesus Christ. You live in the desert. Climate change, bitches. Climate change is not a hoax. I need to do a video about this. Climate change, fucking dumbass, fucking Michael, fucking mini-me Bloomberg and shit. Oh, people deny climate change. Nobody's denying. I haven't seen any video of anybody saying they're denying climate change. We all know the fucking climate changes. Y'all just need to be honest about why it's fucking changing. That's what. Oh, it's all the cars. Who's driving all the fucking cars? It's all the overconsumption. Right. Who's doing all the overconsuming? Overpopulation. That's the fucking problem. 5 fucking kids to one woman with 5 fucking different dads. No. I need to do a whole video about that because that oh yeah, just anyway, y'all. Yes, men are selfish in bed. Most men. You know why? Because women are just giving the shit up instead of saying, nope, you need to get me off. You need to give me my pleasure before you get your pleasure. Or we're going to do this shit equally. Y'all want equal rights? Well, then women speak up and say, well, we're going to do this shit equally. Now, y'all can take turns, especially when you're in a marriage. There are times where the woman's going to want to get you off, but she ain't in the mood for herself, and vice versa, understandably. But again, women, do not be blaming the men for not getting you off when you didn't fucking open your mouth and tell the dude, hey, you're not eating me right. Hey, you're not touching me right. Hey, I don't like that. I don't want to, that hurts. Fucking say something. Unless, I keep saying this over and over, unless the guy is assaulting you, unless he's literally taking it from you, as in rape, you are in control. So do not give it up unless the guy fucking honors you. Unless he eats that box, as they were saying, or fingers you, gets you off. Makes sure I learned this technique when I was a fucking teenager. That I don't know if I could do it now. I mean, because I got broader shoulders. I was thinner back then, you know, athletically thin. But basically, in the missionary position, being able to still reach between both of us and still rub her at the same time. Then there's this not a toy, but this attachment that goes around me, but it's got like studs or nubs or whatever that sits right on the woman's clitoris. So as you're in the missionary position, it's it's soft, it's all squishy and everything, but it's putting pressure on her clitoris while you're having it. That thing was, my wife loved that fucking thing because it was like, holy crap. I mean, there are some women that get off during the actual G-spot internally, but this thing stimulated the clit at the same time. I mean, as I said, I'm constantly wanting to learn things. I'm always wanting to learn stuff. We all should be doing that. That's how you don't get bored, is because, I mean, ladies, communicate, talk, open your mouth, say something. If the guy is really interested in you, he'll fucking listen. If he isn't, there are plenty of men out there who will definitely listen. There are plenty of men out there who will listen. There are a lot of men out there who, you don't even need a relationship, ladies. There are a lot of men out there who will literally just show up, please you, that get off on that. I'm one of those guys that will, it's like, hey, going to my friend's sex club on the Far East Side. There was one, I've been a member for many years, and I used to DJ there as well. But the owner would sit there and he'd be like, yo, man, I don't ever see you actually having sex with anybody. Now, my wife, she was having sex because we were in the lifestyle. She was having sex. But he's like, man, I never see you do anything. You know what? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I go down on him. I please him or whatever. He goes, but you're dressed. You're not having sex. And I'm like, well, I like the lifestyle. Let's get on my dog over for a second. I like the lifestyle for her pleasure. I love the lifestyle for watching my wife. I didn't like the lifestyle for getting with somebody else. I was very happily married. I didn't give a fuck about getting my rocks off with somebody else. I mean, the wife used to get on me about that. It's like, you know, hey, you're kind of upsetting the wives here. You know, I hear the husbands are having fun and everything, but you're not having sex with the wives, you know, and they're kind of like, is your husband attracted to us? And I'm like, look, what? So it's a problem that I love my wife. It's a problem that I'm more attracted. I know what pleases her. I know how she looks. I know how she sounds. I know how she feels. I want my wife to be happy. Pleasing this other woman, oh, that's easy. I can do that, but I have nothing invested in getting her off. I have nothing invested. I was never a voyeur, except for with my wife, watching her. I was not invested in watching this other woman Oh yeah, beautiful, attractive, great breast, whatever. But I had nothing invested in being physically attracted to her. My wife, yes. You know, but that's the lifestyle for me, you know. But yeah, I was always into pleasing. I mean, that's just the way I've always been. I'm very self-sacrificing. I'm very selfless when it comes to sex. I love being able to get the woman off. It is just the most, as that tribe. I need to look that documentary up. I'm going to rewind it and look it up here so I can actually find this documentary. Because I'm always wanting to learn. It is beyond incredible to make a woman come. It is, especially if she's never really done it before. As I said, a lot of the older women that I've dated, that it's like, holy crap, I thought I knew what an orgasm was. There was this married couple that we had met in the lifestyle, and it was her second marriage. But even her, it was an older woman. She was in her early 60s. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm telling you guys, man, there are some beautiful older women out there. This woman just beyond gorgeous. And met them at the club. Well, actually met them at a meet and greet and then went to the swinger club after that, my friend's swinger club, and didn't have sex with her. He had sex, not with the wife, because remember, I've said in other videos, the wife wanted me to have girlfriends, so it was with the wife was there at the meet and greet, but she was like, no, I'm kind of tired. You guys go to the club, you know. So me and the girlfriend went. And so the husband was with the girlfriend Gina, and I'm with the wife, but I didn't have sex with her. All I did was just go down on her. That's all I was in the mood for doing. I could, as I said, the only time I was real, I don't like the lifestyle for just getting my rocks off and being with this woman. This one, I've never liked the lifestyle for that. I only care about the person I'm with, whether it was my wife or one of our girlfriends. That's all I ever cared about. So I pretty much still care about. And so all I cared about was pleasing her. And she was like, I've been married to this man, because she actually, after pleasing her, got up without saying a word. She thanked me, got up, got dressed, and left the room. I was like, hey, is she okay? And he was like, yeah, she's fine. She's fine. I was like, I'm going to go check on her. So I got dressed, went out to the lobby area, and I was like, hey, are you okay? And she was like sobbing, you know, and I was like, why are you crying? And she goes, I've never come like that before. And I thought my husband was the only one who could ever really make me come, you know. So it felt like she had cheated, is what she said. And I was like, but you're in the lifestyle, so it's not cheating. Yeah, but I always thought that sex is better with your spouse. And I'm like, you know, sex is just sex, right? The only thing that makes it better as far as the relationship is the love part. But the mechanical part, the physical part, is still sex. It's just the sex. It's removing the love portion of it, but it doesn't take away from the sex part. So she was upset that a person other than her husband made her come better than her husband. And it was like, then why are you in the lifestyle if that possibility never even crossed your mind? That doesn't make any sense to me. If you're in the lifestyle, which is where you know, there are people who literally just get off on being watched. They don't get with anyone else. They just like being watched. And then, of course, you have the ones that actually are in the lifestyle, having sex with other people. So if you're doing that, you're telling me that not once did it come up of somebody pleasing you or pleasing your husband better than you, or then why are you in the light? Oh my God, there were so many people that I got into, just me and the owner even got into discussions. He's like, man, these people are so stupid. They're here in the lifestyle, in the club, in the lifestyle, and then get mad because and it's mostly from the wives. This is from my personal stories and from the owner of the fucking sex club. The people getting more pissed are the wives. Oh my God, oh, you just came with that bitch like unlike you've ever come with me before. And it's like, even even the owners had to go back there. I'm trying not to use his name, but even he's gone back there going, you're in a sex club in the lifestyle. Did you not think that a woman would ever get your husband off better than you? Then why are you having sex with other people if that never crossed it? Oh, we have traded so many stories. He's like, Mark, I have kicked out so many couples because it's like people don't they just, like one day, honey, let's get in the lifestyle. They don't talk to each other. They don't establish rules. They don't communicate. They just, hey, let's just jump into the lifestyle. Honey, let's go to the sex club tonight that we heard about. Oh my God. Again, communication, people. Why is this so hard? Open your mouth and words come out. This would save so many problems if people just fucking talked to each other. Oh my God, why is this so hard? Damn, I can't believe in 2020, we're still saying the thing that we've been saying for fucking ever. Talk, communicate, words. Damn. Anyway, I'm actually glad this video went over because there was just a lot to cover. I'm hoping I'm trying to educate people. Number one rule, talk. It's the number one fucking rule. All right, folks. Love y'all. Peace out.